This guide is focused around the mindset of playing Bangalore. I'm not going to give you information that is really useful. I'm mainly talking about what to do, why to do it, and how to do it. Bangalore's passive, Double Time, is triggered by any non-allied entity projectiles that are near you. I believe it's around a 5-meter radius around you. Anything that goes inside of that while you're sprinting will trigger your passive. So enemy bullets, grenades, even spiders shooting at you will trigger your passive. The passive doesn't have any cooldown, cannot be silenced by Seer or Revenant. It is very potent if used while reloading. And the only way to mess up with Bangalore's passive is to not use it mid-combat. Bangalore's tactical, Smoke Launcher. The most important thing is to smoke with intent. Don't do what I like to call squid inking, when you get shot at and you panic and you press your smoke. That can get you kills, that can get you called out. It's not worth it for your team or for yourself. Take your time, think, do I need to use this? Ideally, you want to block the enemy vision as much as you can while minimizing how much you're blocking your team's vision. If you can make the enemies move around the smoke or force them to pull off and engage or maybe run in blind, that is what you want to do with your smoke. You can smoke the side of walls or buildings to block off enemy vision. The smoke canister will fall about 1 meter before it explodes, releasing the smoke. Keep that in mind when smoking someone. It's not going to smoke exactly where it bounces, it's going to be a little bit below that. You can see enemy silhouettes through the smoke if they're against the ring, death boxes, or Gibraltar's dome shield. The electric effect of Watson's fence cannot be seen through the smoke. Keep that in mind if you're walking near Watson fences. Take your time. You can use the smoke as bait in 3 different ways. You can make the enemies think you're reviving. If someone's down on your team and the enemy has clearly seen it, you can smoke yourself and then sit in the corner and wait for enemies to push you. So long as they don't have a scan legend, they might not know if you're reviving or not, so they won't know exactly where you are or what you're doing, and they'll push blind. It could also not work, so keep that in mind. It's not a must do, it's not a guaranteed knock for you, but it's something you can do. You could use it as a misdirection, almost like a mirage decoy. You can smoke one direction while disengaging in another direction, and the enemies are likely to push through your smoke, or at least shoot your smoke, rather than go the way you went. As long as enemies do not have vision on you, you should be good. Keep in mind, it won't work well against any Seers or Bloodhounds. Their passive can counter this technique, then again it can counter the whole smoke, so... You can also throw ordnance, like an arc star or frag grenade, into the smoke. If any enemy is pushing you, they won't see the nade until it's too late and they get blown up by it. Now you can use that to actually kill them, or you can use it to just buy your time and disengage. Whether you want to heal, regroup, to completely fly away with alcohol, whatever you want to do, it buys your time. Going back to the point I said earlier, you don't actually want to revive in your smoke unless you have absolutely no cover and little time to revive. For example, if you're in the open on a storm point and there's a team shooting you or something and your team is about to bleed out, that is a time to smoke and revive. Other than that, probably better not to smoke and revive, just get to cover. You have way more vision on enemies. If you smoke a downed teammate, the enemies are probably going to push you. So as the point earlier was, you can use it as bait. Don't actually use it to revive. It's probably not going to work in your favor. I've died so many times to that. You should pretty much never smoke yourself while you are highlighted by Seer or Bloodhound scans. Ideally, you should wait for it to run out before you smoke, and if you don't have time to wait, you're probably dead anyways. You're better off not blocking your teammate's vision. Don't screw over your team just because you're impatient. Take the L, get knocked, you're scanned, GG, you lost, best legend wins. Praise to the scan meta. In general, I believe you should refrain from smoking advantage at range. The box her passive provides will still show up through your smoke. If you're far enough, she can use her ultimate to snipe you, and because her ultimate has such a large projectile, it's likely to hit you if you shoot the center of the box. Keep that in mind, refrain from smoking advantage at range. You can melee to cancel any prime smoke. Aim assist does not work in smoke. Using your smoke is a one-handed activity, so you can use it while healing with any meds, ultimate accelerant, shooting, reloading, and while placing the respawn beacon. A good thing to keep in mind is that the smoke takes longer to launch while you're sprinting than if you're not sprinting. Now, for our ultimate, Rolling Thunder. This ability is best used proactively. You want to use it before the enemies take a good spot or make a good play, because it's way too slow to be used completely reactively. You can use the ultimate to mess up the timing of enemy pushes. Say you have a building and the enemies are pushing you from outside, they're taking your roof, you can ult your building and then mess up the timing of the enemy's push. They're going to be forced to either tank your ultimate to push into you really fast or to back off. Each one is a bad option in general. It's really great to mess up their timing, to make them panic, to make them miscalculate. The first row of missiles will land right in front of the flare. It's not like Gibby's ult where it goes around it, it will actually land in front of you. Before you use the ultimate, be aware and mindful if there's anything blocking the missiles from above. If there's any kind of cover, it's not going to land where you want it to be, and it could end up being completely useless. So keep in mind where in the map you are, what kind of cover the enemies have, and how the enemies can use it. Otherwise your ultimate could be completely useless, and that's a very powerful thing to waste. One of the best ways to use the ultimate is to predict where the enemies will be in around 10 seconds from the flare hitting the ground. If the enemies are in the open area, you can put them off that area. Either that or they'd have to tank the damage and be slowed, which opens up to 3 kills. If the enemies are inside the building, you can lock them inside the building so you have time to move about, maybe rotate. This ability is great for engaging and disengaging. If you're running away from a team, I heavily advise ulting where you're running to. By the time the enemy catches up to you, they'll be inside your ultimate area and it's about to blow up. Chances are the enemies will run around it. If they do not run around it, there are 3 kills, or they buy you so much time from the slow, so you can heal, you can regroup, you can disengage, you can completely fly out without ult, whatever you're using. Buys you so much time. And never, ever use the ultimate only for damage. Unless you're fighting the last squad in a match, it's better using for area displacement and not for damage. The damage is only a bonus for knocks. You don't actually want your ultimate to hit the enemies, you want the enemies to leave the area of your ultimate. You want it to almost be like a second ring. The enemies don't want to be in there, too much can happen against them, so they're going to disengage, they're going to move away from it as soon as they can. That's the ideal. But yeah, that's the Bangalore guide. All my notes are going to be linked in the descriptions. If you want to read it yourself, get a bit more detail, it's going to be there. But this video should be enough. If you want to talk more about it, I'm open for any discussion around Bangalore. But this guide is meant to be about the mindset of Bangalore, not give you some random information. So I didn't give you the pattern for ultimate. Those things don't matter too much. It's more about the feel of it. If you can feel what to do, why to do it, and how to do it, everything else is almost always irrelevant. Yeah, if you enjoyed the guide, please drop a like, drop a comment, say you liked it. If you want to see more videos from me, subscribe. But for now, that's my Bangalore guide. Hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video or on stream if you're there. See ya.